Hey, this is Roland. Thanks for being here again. I wanted to go into what binding factors are and how they stimulate feeling emotionally overwhelmed. Now, the essence of trauma is that you feel emotionally overwhelmed and you can't contain the energy charge of that. And what happens at that point is that you dissociate from it. The energy moves from being in the body into going into the head. And that happens through what I already mentioned, binding factors. Just to put that into an example, when you take anger that's too much to hold in the body, it moves up in the head and stimulates the thought processes that will always go with self-reproach, blame, self-righteousness, and fault-finding. When it acts in on the self, it will go with self-reproach. When it acts out onto others, it will go with blame, self-righteousness, or fault-finding. And this in turn feeds the emotion that you feel inside. It feeds the anger, and therefore it starts to loop on itself. It starts to grow and expand. Now, what we have to do here is to kind of contain that dissociation process by not allowing oneself to go too much into the thoughts, not stimulating those thoughts, and bringing the attention back into the body, back into the emotion, back into feeling the anger, and start to give containment to that. Now, we're talking about healing post-traumatic stress, or containing and working, processing the trauma. And so I'm not suggesting not to act, not to do something, to become apathic or overacting or overextending yourself. But we're talking about healing post-traumatic stress and reversing the dissociation processes. So catch yourself that your emotions, they move into those binding factors, and with the example of anger, that they move into blame, self-righteousness, self-reproach, and fault finding. And from there on, see if you can not stimulate those thoughts and bring that back into the body. Meditate with what you feel in the body, even if it's uncomfortable, if it gives you pressure, if you feel the anger, stay with that and see how that transforms, how that starts to move, how that starts to, once you start to contain, that starts to be processed.